Good morning. Welcome to Morning Special. 여러분 안녕하세요. 10월 4일 금요일 최수진의 Morning Special입니다. Many things can happen in 100 years. Independence, freedom, economic success, becoming a household name in cars and electronics. Yes, those are well-known descriptions of our country. Now, amid awards and recognitions on the global stage, K-movies are a formidable platform to expose our creativity, and behind it are 100 years of history. 바람 불어 좋은 날, 돼지가 우물에 빠진 날, 달마가 동쪽으로 간 까닭은. 부산국제영화제가 어제 개막했습니다. 올해는 특별히 한국 영화 100년사를 대표하는 10개의 한국 영화를 선정하여 관객 여러분을 찾아간다고 하는데요. 선정된 10개의 한국 영화 중 나머지 7개는 어떤 것이 있을까요? 바로 하녀, 휴일, 오발탄, 바보들의 행진, 서편제, 올드보이, 그리고 살인의 추억입니다. 100년이란 세월 동안 우리와 함께했던 수많은 영화들, 청취자 여러분, 여러분이 추천하는 한국 영화 어떤 것이 있나요? Movies are certainly bookmarks that define chapters in a person's life, and with such notable history, there's no doubt that we're already looking forward to the next 100 years of Korean silver screen masters. And with that in mind, let me give you today's first quiz question. Here it is. 100 years is also known as a blank. 1번 century, 2번 hundred, 3번 mystery. 네, 골라주시면 되겠습니다. 청취자 여러분의 많은 참여 기다리고 있습니다. 퀴즈 정답 보내주신 분들 중에 총 5분께 저자극 순한 비누 보내드릴게요. 또 여러분의 소식과 소감 그리고 방송 중 궁금한 질문 있으시면 보내주세요. 짧은 문자 50원, 긴 문자 100원에 샵 1045고요. 무료 반디 게시판이나 카카오톡 플러스 이용도 가능합니다. Okay, then let's kick off today's show with today's global headlines. 세계 각국 언론사들의 어떤 헤드라인이 올라왔는지 살펴보는 시간입니다. Touch Global Headlines.
Casualties from Typhoon Mitag continue to rise.
태풍 미탁으로 인한 피해가 갈수록 커지고 있습니다.
Hong Kong anti-government protesters are increasingly focusing their anger on mainland Chinese businesses amid public outrage over the shooting of a teenager by a police officer.
홍콩 시위대가 고교생 피격 사건을 규탄하며 홍콩 내 중국 기업 점포를 집중적으로 공격했습니다.
Crowds of demonstrators in Iraq have taken to the streets for a third day of anti-government protests.
이라크 전국 곳곳에서 부패 청산과 민생고 해결을 요구하는 반정부 시위가 나흘째 벌어졌습니다.
Washington has moved to retaliate against the EU, announcing tariffs on $7.5 billion worth of European goods starting October 18th.
미국이 오는 18일부터 EU산 제품에 대한 징벌적 관세를 부과하기로 했습니다.
The Taliban have met with Pakistan leaders as part of a tour that includes Russia, China, and Iran.
아프가니스탄의 무장 반군 조직 탈레반 대표단이 러시아, 이란, 중국에 이어 파키스탄을 방문해 평화 협상에 대해 논의했습니다. And for the headlines and more, I'm joined by Steve. Good morning. How are you today?
I'm wonderful, thank you. Happy Friday to you.
Yes, TGIF.
Yeah, happy Friday to our listeners as well. Hope your day is off to a good start. Yeah, we're talking about
Movies.
movies in the opening.
Yeah, Korean movies.
Yeah, and just before we came on air, I asked you if you have seen the movie Parasite, the Bong Joon-ho movie, right?
That I have.
Yeah, I saw it too.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
It's one of those movies that's hard for me to answer. I mean, I appreciated it
In what sense?
because it had a message, you know, a very strong social message. but I'm very, very bad with movies that have violence in it and things like that. So in that sense, it wasn't my favorite movie.
It did have kind of a Park Chan-wook feel to it, didn't it? In terms of the violence and things like that. I loved it.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was really cool because I was interviewing Darcy Paquette. Darcy did the English subtitles
He
for
came
it.
on our show
Did
as
he
well,
really?
yeah.
Such a nice guy, right?
Yeah.
He's been working with Bong Joon-ho for so many years
know,
now.
yeah.
Anyway, I was meant to interview him on a Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So the only chance I had to see the movie with English subtitles was on a Monday night at 11:30 p.m. So, and the only place I could do that was COEX, which
I
is
see.
really far away from my house. But I got the ticket and I went. I was the only person in the theater.
전세냈군요.
Literally. So that added to the enjoyment of the film. But here's why I loved it. Most movies, when you come away from the film, you know who you were supporting. An action movie has a hero that you cheer for in the film. But in Parasite, who were you supposed to cheer for? Were you supposed to cheer for the family who were being done wrong by the people who were taking advantage of them? Or were you supposed to feel for the family because they were just getting what they deserved? You didn't know. There was no real hero in that movie.
True.
That's where I think the genius was. And I think that's why people said when they finished watching the movie, they felt really uncomfortable because they didn't know how they were supposed to feel, right?
Yeah, I think I felt that way.
Yeah,
And that's
exactly.
why I'm hesitant when I say, did I love it? Did I not love it?
But to me, that's what makes it such a great
I
movie.
see,
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, I think you're a better critic of movies than I am.
Maybe
Obviously, you know, the Cannes and lots of movie critics across the world have said similar things to you.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I love Korean movies though. Oh my goodness, Marathon was one of my favorites.
I like that one
Oh,
as well.
So
That was
well
great.
acted. Oasis.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
a genius movie too. Old Boy, one of my top 5 favorites of all time.
Wow, okay.
I like
Another
those dark.
movie I couldn't watch.
I kind of like those dark, twisted movies though.
Did you watch Snowpiercer?
That's a Park Chan-wook film
Yeah.
too, right? Yeah, I did. I didn't love that one.
Yeah, that was so scary.
Yeah, I thought it was okay.
But for me, anyway.
Yeah.
Bong Joon-ho 감독, actually.
Oh, was it? Oh,
yeah,
was
yeah,
it?
well, that was a Bong Joon-ho 감독
Gotcha.
movie.
Yeah, that was the train one, right?
That was the train where
Yeah.
you have the different classes, which again is kind of similar to Parasite. You have different classes and
Yeah, the classes
message.
on the train represented classes in society.
Yeah, exactly.
He's very intelligent.
Very much indeed. 김고수님이요. 수진쌤 굿모닝입니다. 방향숙님도 스티브쌤 하트 이렇게 보내주셨고요. 이동일님 안녕하세요. 스티브쌤 회색 티를 입은 마크 자커버그 같아요.
The only difference is he's a billionaire and I am not. Well, actually, there are many more differences, but that's the biggest one.
All right. Well, thank you for your greetings, everyone. Keep those coming in. In the meantime, let's go on to our headlines.
Headline number 1, casualties from Typhoon Mitag continue to rise.
네, 태풍 미탁으로 인한 피해가 갈수록 커지고 있습니다.
10 people killed, 4 others went missing. The numbers were continuing to come in yesterday. This all, of course, because of Typhoon Mitag. The country was hit hard by heavy rains and strong winds. And then the stories started to come in too, the very sad stories. A 65-year-old woman, she was an owner of a small restaurant. She was found dead at around 4 p.m., about 7 hours after being buried in a landslide in the southeastern port city of Busan. Fire officials, speaking of Busan, they said that a son of an old couple was also found dead after he was buried in a landslide along with his parents in their home. The president responded. President Moon Jae-in wrote on Facebook in his message that his heart aches over the deaths, and asked people to offer their consolation and support to those affected by the typhoon.
Right. Although the typhoon has now technically left the peninsula, the damage continues to be recorded. People are still missing. Lots of facilities have been damaged. 현재까지 인명 피해는요, 10명이 사망하고 8명이 부상했고요. 또 부산 산사태로 인해서 4명이 실종 상태에 있습니다. 인명 피해는 이제 더 늘어날 것으로 보입니다. 또한 시설 피해, 또 재산 피해 규모가 계속 커지고 있다고 하고요. 현재까지 민간 시설은 3,000건 이상, 또 공공시설은 350건 이상이 지금 보고된 상태입니다. 항공기 운항은 지금 다 재개됐지만 일부 여객선은 계속해서 발이 묶여 있다고 하네요. Things are recovering step by step, but it is taking some time. Over in Gangwon-do, I saw a village where you can't actually tell this was a village anymore.
Oh, the amount of rain and the amount of damage. I mean, in Uljin, in North Gyeongsang province, at one point they had reached 104.5 millimeters per hour.
Wow.
And that's the highest level since the authorities started compiling data on Uljin in 1971.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and also in Donghae in Gangwon province, they had their highest figure since 1992, that according to the KMA.
Well, in terms of human casualties, we're looking at roughly the same amount of casualties as Typhoon Nari back in 2007. Hopefully, the figures will not rise, but authorities are looking into those as we speak.
Yeah.
피해 규모는 계속해서 파악 중입니다. Let's go on to headline number 2.
Hong Kong anti-government protesters are increasingly focusing their anger on mainland Chinese businesses amid public outrage over the shooting of a teenager by a police officer.
홍콩 시위대가 고교생 피격 사건을 규탄하며 홍콩 내 중국 기업 점포를 집중적으로 공격했습니다.
That teenager, by the way, 18 years old, just to give you an update on him, he has been charged with rioting. That carries a penalty of up to 10 years in prison. And Sang Chi-kin, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, also faces 2 additional counts of attacking 2 police officers. In terms of his health, the Hong Kong government said that he is in stable condition after surgery. Yeah.
He was shot in the shoulder, right?
That's the kid that we were talking
Yeah.
about the other day. Yeah.
처음에는 그 어깨에 이제 총알이 들어가서 굉장히 위중한 상태라고 전해졌었지만 지금 이제 수술을 받고 나서 회복 중이라고 합니다. 네, 가슴 부위, 뭐 가슴에서 어깨 사이였던 것 같아요. I obviously didn't hit his heart, but it was somewhere between his chest and his shoulders from reports that I read. So now looking at the latest developments in Hong Kong,
Yeah,
they are going out to the stores, especially the China-run stores. Is
Yeah,
that right?
exactly. Mainland Chinese businesses and businesses with pro-Beijing links, and they're vandalizing those stores. A lot of graffiti on the outside of those businesses. Some of those businesses, large banks, over the last weekend up until this week, spray painting anti-China slogans on the shuttered branches. They're trashing ATM machines.
Right. Could you tell us about one of the famous coffee shop brands?
Yeah, this is interesting too. So Starbucks in Hong Kong is operated by Maxim's Caterers. That's the company name. And they were targeted because the daughter of that company, she condemned the protesters at the UN Human Rights Council in Geneva. So even though Starbucks is an American company, it's run by Maxim's Caterers in Hong Kong, which is a Hong Kong company as far as I know.
I see.
And that's why they targeted that. There were a number of Starbucks stores that were vandalized too.
네, 중국과 관련 있는 기업 점포를 이제 집중적으로 공격했다는 내용인데요. 스타벅스도 마찬가지로 미국 기업이기는 하지만 거기에 연루된 인물 중에는 이제 반 홍콩 발언을 한 인물이 있었기 때문에 스타벅스 역시 집중적인 공격을 받았다고 합니다. Overall, the economy in Hong Kong is looking bad.
Yeah, they're facing a recession, as a matter of fact.
Wow.
Businesses, and it kind of makes sense if we think about it very simply, because just geographically speaking, with the number of protesters in the areas that they've been, businesses have not been allowed to operate freely.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, what can you do?
Yeah, nothing. There's nothing you can do. They haven't been able to operate normally. Also, protesters have been asking people to take their money out of Chinese banks. They've vandalized the storefronts, but they've also asked people to take their money out of there as well. So the economy in Hong Kong not doing well either.
네, 홍콩 경제도 큰 타격을 입었다는 소식인데요. 8월 달 같은 경우에는 소매 판매액이 전년 대비 23% 급감했는데 이게 98년도 이후 가장 많이 급감한 수치라고 합니다. 그리고 관광객 수도 많이 줄어들었어요. Tourists obviously not going to Hong Kong because of the protests going on, and that has affected their economy as well. I understand it's the worst decline in tourism since SARS,
Is that right?
especially for the month of August.
Wow.
사스가 2003년이었죠. 그때 이후 이제 가장 관광객 수가 많이 줄어들었다고 하는데요. 8월 기준입니다.
It really makes makes you wonder, how and when is this going to end?
I know. They say that it's not going to end soon as
Yeah.
well. That's very troublesome. All right, we'll leave that story there and move on to headline number 3.
Crowds of demonstrators in Iraq have taken to the streets for a third day of anti-government protests.
이라크 곳곳에서 부패 청산과 민생고 해결을 요구하는 반정부 시위가 나흘째 벌어졌습니다.
Yeah, this is the third day of anti-government protests, including Baghdad, but not exclusive to Baghdad. This is nationwide. It started on Tuesday, and it just rolled out all across the country. The death toll there in 3 days of mass anti-government protests has risen to 20. Hundreds more injured. I think the numbers are somewhere around 400 or even higher in terms of people injured now. People are going out, protesters are going out after local curfews. Even though the curfews are being enforced, they're going out anyway. They're angry at high unemployment rate numbers.
How high are these unemployment rate numbers?
Young people in Iraq are facing unemployment rates of up to 25%. So that's 1 in every 4 young Iraqi person that doesn't have a job. And that's more than double the adult rate of unemployment.
네, 이라크에서 지금 청년층의 실업률이 25%에 육박한다고 합니다. 이렇게 높은 실업률과 더불어서 이제 부패 청산을 요구하는 시위대가 이라크 곳곳에서 이렇게 시위를 벌이고 있고요. 그다음에 경찰도 강경 진압을 하고 있는 모습입니다. The clashes, as you mentioned, have resulted in the death toll of 20 so far, and it's spreading.
Yeah, and the Iraqi forces or the police there, they're taking things very seriously. These protesters are braving live fire and tear gas, not so unsimilar, I suppose, to what we're seeing in Hong Kong. And again, not so unsimilar to what we're seeing in Hong Kong, a very angry group of young people.
네, 주로 이제 이라크 남부 주요 도시를 중심으로 이렇게 시위가 확산하고 있다는 소식입니다. Let's move on to our next headline.
All right, so headline number 4 this morning. This is a really big one. Washington has moved to retaliate against the EU, announcing tariffs on $7.5 billion worth of European goods starting October 18th.
미국이 오는 18일부터 EU산 제품에 대한 징벌적 관세를 부과하기로 했습니다. Now the Korean term here is retaliatory tariffs. Could you elaborate?
How much time do we have? I spent
Just a few minutes, actually.
You know, this story is so fascinating. So let's talk about it as much as we can. So this is the largest arbitration award in World Trade Organization history. And the reason I say arbitration is because both the United States and the EU decided to let the WTO make the decision for this case. So as a result of the decision, as of October 18th, the EU is going to be facing tariffs of 10% on aircraft and aircraft-related goods and 25% on other goods, things like cheeses and whiskey and olive oil and wine, things that we get at the grocery store every single day. Also some industrial products.
앞서 있었던 이제 WTO 판정에 따른 후속 조치인데요. 이제 앞으로는 EU 제품 중에 농산물 같은 경우에는 관세가 25% 올라가고 항공기는 10% 올라갑니다. Lots of different products will have their prices bumped up. But behind all of this, I understand there's an aeroplane-related dispute?
Yeah, exactly. So first of all, let's talk about why the EU and America decided to let the WTO, the World Trade Organization, decide. So you have these two massive airline makers, Airbus in Europe and Boeing in the United States. So if they had, and this case goes back forever, this goes back to 2004. If they had allowed each other, or maybe that's not the right word, if they had continued to slap tariffs on each other's aircrafts and aircraft materials and things of that nature, then two things. Number one, it makes airplanes more expensive. And if airplanes are more expensive, that means airlines are less inclined to buy those airplanes.
Sure.
And that hurts the companies. Also, if the airlines do buy those planes, well, that means more expensive ticket prices for people like you and I and our listeners, because the planes are going to cost more. So the companies, Airbus and Boeing, they thought, well, that's not good for us. So
We need someone to, help us in the middle.
let's let the WTO arbitrate over this.
네, 그러니까 중재자의 역할을 이제 WTO가 한 거고요. 이게 사실은 이제 15년 된 사건입니다. 사건이라고 뭐 해야 될까요? 어쨌든 트럼프 대통령이 어제 기자회견에서 내가 대통령이기 때문에 이렇게 WTO의 판정이 미국에게 유리하게 내려졌다라고 얘기를 했습니다만 사실은 굉장히 오래된 일이고요. 무슨 얘기냐면은 이제 보잉사, 미국의 보잉사 그리고 EU의 에어버스사 간에 이제 관세를 서로 이제 부과를 하려다가 WTO의 중재를 통해서 결국은 이렇게 뭐 농산물 25%, 항공기 10%의 관세를 부과하는 것이 합당하다라는 판정을 받은 것입니다. So tell us a bit more about this.
So the subsidies, I was wondering last night, okay, well, what's the problem with the government subsidizing an airplane maker, right?
Yeah.
So the problem with that, and you can legally...
That's what America was unhappy about in the first place.
That's right. So this goes back to 2006 too, a big case, and I'll get to that in just a second. But the problem with the government illegally subsidizing an airplane maker is it allows them to undercut their competition in terms of prices because they can build their airplanes at a lower cost to themselves.
But don't they eventually have to pay back the money?
Well, so it's considered a loan, right? And defenders of Airbus are saying this money was loaned to us and we pay back that money. But this is the biggest complaint from the United States. This goes back to their 2006 case that they filed with the WTO. They were claiming that Airbus had received $22 billion in illegal subsidies, and they called that launch aid. Now, launch aid is the biggest and most impactful of all of the subsidies. Basically, the repayment of the loan that Airbus receives from Brussels, from the EU, is tied to delivery targets and sales targets. Right. Delivery targets meaning when the airplanes get delivered to their customers, which is years down the road, and sales targets meaning if Airbus doesn't meet their sales targets, whatever is left of the loan is often forgiven.
So basically, the subsidies by the EU benefited these airline companies, Airbus in particular. EU에서 이제 보조금을 그 에어버스, 유럽의 항공사 에어버스에게 줬다라는 것을 미국이 문제 삼았거든요. But how does that hurt the American economy?
Well, because if Airbus is able to get all of that money from the government, not only are they able to undercut their prices, meaning they can sell their aircrafts for lower, right, than Boeing can. Think of all the airlines around the world that buy new airplanes. They're usually buying Boeing or Airbus. So if they're getting money for free from the government, quote unquote free, then it allows them to sell their planes for cheaper. But not only that, because the money that they get from the government, they can put that into research, their research programs as well, so they can release newer products faster. Over the long term, you'll cripple your competition.
그러니까 이제 에어버스가 유럽의 에어버스가 EU로부터 보조금을 받게 됐었는데요. 그동안에 이 보조금을 받으면서 이율도 굉장히 낮았기 때문에 만약에 파산을 하거나 그러면은 갚지 않아도 되는 돈이고 그리고 뭐 갚는다라고 해도 이율이 낮아서 그렇게 큰 부담이 없었다고 합니다. 그리고 이렇게 해서 세이브한 돈으로 연구 개발을 했기 때문에 미국에서는 이 모든 것이 부당하다. 에어버스가 왜 EU에 이런 보조금을 받느냐? 그렇다라면 우리는 관세를 부과하겠다라는 게 미국의 주장이었고요. 이것에 대해서 WTO, 세계무역기구가 미국의 손을 들어준 것입니다. 어떻게 보면은 물론 이제 어느 정도 중재안으로 나왔지만 그래서 이제 10월 18일부터 EU산 제품에 대한 징벌적 관세를 부과할 수 있게 된 것입니다.
But it's interesting too because the EU is looking for their revenge. So they're looking at a separate case that was launched in 2005 where Boeing received $19.1 billion of illegal subsidies from the American government. And that is expected to be decided upon by the WTO in about 6 months' time. So we'll be talking about this again.
Absolutely. But I'm going to have to cut you off there because we are running out of time.
No problem.
But yeah, definitely let's go over this story again when time allows. Let's go on to headline number 5.
The Taliban have met with Pakistan leaders as part of a tour that includes Russia, China, and Iran.
아프가니스탄의 무장 반군 조직 탈레반 대표단이 러시아, 이란, 중국에 이어 파키스탄을 방문해 평화 협상에 대해 논의했습니다.
Right. So this group of senior Taliban officials, they arrived in Islamabad on Thursday, and they were looking for the resumption of talks with the U.S. on the war in Afghanistan.
Now, hadn't the Taliban tried to have peace talks with America before that?
Actually, yes. And Pakistan is kind of the facilitator in this sense, where they've helped the talks between the Taliban and Washington in Qatar over the past year or so. And what they're looking for is an agreement to pave the way for a U.S. troop withdrawal from Afghanistan. In return, they want various security promises from the insurgents. And they were very, very close to a deal. In fact, they expected the deal to be imminent, but all of a sudden, U.S. President Donald Trump, he declared the process dead last month. The Taliban, they are open to resuming the talks. They say that now the ball is in America's court.
아, 그렇군요. 트럼프 대통령이 지난달 탈레반과의 평화 협상은 이루어지지 않을 것이다 라고 발표를 한 이후에 탈레반이 이제는 반미 진영의 협조를 구하러 다니는 모습을 보이고 있습니다. Those are our headlines for this morning. Let's remind our listeners now of the quiz.
100 years is also known as A, number 1, century, number 2, Hungary, or number 3, mystery. Here's a clue. Only 2 of those things are actual words.
True. 짧은 문자 50원, 긴 문자 100원에 샵 1045로 보내주시고요. 반디 게시판이나 카카오톡 플러스 이용도 가능합니다. 추첨을 통해서 총 5분께 저자극 순한 비누 보내드릴게요. The Birds sing Turn, 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 and we'll be back in just a bit.
Everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to read, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to laugh, a time to read. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to build up, a time to break down, a time to dance, a time to mourn, a time to cast away stones, a time to gather stones together. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time of love, a time of hate, a time of war, a time of peace,
You're listening to Morning Special. It's a Friday, and we're going over the headlines and news focuses and much, much more. Steve is in the studio with me. Sorry I had to cut you off with that news story there, Steve,
That's okay.
before the song break.
I got really into that story last night. And you know, the history of that goes back even further to post-World War II. These companies have been going back and forth since then. But the only final point that I wanted to make, and I thought this was so interesting, that, you know, these tariffs go into place on October 18th. So if you go to a grocery store
In America.
on October 19th, you might see a bottle of Spanish olives
Okay.
that used to be $10 and will now be $12.50. And the reason for that is airline tariffs.
10월 18일 이후 미국에서요. 상점에 가서 유럽산 제품을 사게 되면은 이제 가격이 더 비싸지는데 그 이유가 바로 이 에어버스 보잉사 간의
Yeah, airline subsidies causes an increase in the price of
때문이라고
olive oil.
합니다. 네.
Everything's interconnected. It's a spider web, isn't it?
All right. Well, let's take a look at the messages we've been getting this morning. 0906 끝번호 쓰시는 분이요. 감히 세계 최고라고 외치던 영화가 있었습니다. 지구를 지켜라! 이렇게 보내주셨고요. People are writing in about their favorite Korean movies.
Nice.
그리고 최윤식님, could you read this one?
Awesome definition of good movie and bad movie, Steve Sam. What did I say? Oh, when a movie, it makes you feel so conflicted. You might think that's a bad movie, but to me that means it's a great movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
박찬은님은요, I recommend you see Korean movies like 집으로, 마음이, and 미량.
I've seen Miryang.
Great movies,
Yeah, that's really, really good.
허민준님이요, 한국 영화 흥행의 메카 부산. 부산을 대표하는 한국 영화는 친구 아이가. Have you seen 친구?
Maybe a long time ago. I've seen Busan Hang.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's another good one.
That was pretty fun.
Yeah, absolutely. 친구's a great movie. It's one of the few movies that have a lot of violence, but I thoroughly enjoyed. 최연숙 님이요. 제가 제일 좋아하는 한국 영화는 8월의 크리스마스입니다. 감성 돋고 아련해요. This is my kind of movie. Romantic. Not comedy, actually. This is just a romantic drama.
Oh, I
movie.
see.
Yeah,
That's your type?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, very mellow. 이현아님이요. 와, 스티브쌤, 영화에 대한 조예가 깊습니다. 저도 올드보이 보면서 와 했어요. I haven't seen this one.
You probably won't like it based upon your romantic drama love.
Does it have a lot of love and romance?
You could say that, but
Okay.
not in the traditional sense.
Okay. 정정현님은요. 저 어제 퍼펙트맨 봤는데요. 오랜만에 보는 한국 영화인데 너무 재밌었어요. 오늘은 임시 휴일 되어서 쉬는 분들도 많던데 학교도 많이 휴교하더라고요. 불금 그리고 들연휴 되세요라고 보내주셨습니다.
Oh, I saw the chicken movie. The one where the police, they buy the chicken shop.
Oh yeah.
You know, what was that called again? I forget. That was
I watched that one as well.
that was quite fun.
극한 직업.
They're making that in America.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
heard.
Kevin Hart is going to star in that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I heard anyway.
네, well, keep sending in your messages and answers to the quiz. If you have any questions you have throughout the show, send those in as well. Today we have 5 저자국 순환 비누s prepared for you. In the meantime, let's look at our news focus stories. Our first one takes us to America. 첫 번째 뉴스 포커스입니다. 백인 여성 경찰관의 흑인 이웃 총격 살해 사건 재판으로 온 미국의 시선이 쏠린 텍사스주 달라스 카운티 연방지방법원에서는요. 뜻밖의 감동적인 장면이 연출됐습니다. 법정 밖에 모인 시민들이 야유를 쏟아내는 동안 정작 희생자 버탐진의 동생 브렌트진은 나는 당신을 용서하겠다라면서 입을 열었는데요. Let's listen to the story.
A white Dallas police officer who said she mistook a neighbor's apartment for her own and fatally shot Botham Jean in his living room was sentenced Wednesday to a decade in prison in a stunning courtroom scene. Jurors could have sentenced Amber Guyber to up to life in prison or as little as 2 years for the September 2018 shooting, but prosecutors asked them to send her to prison for 28 years, which is how old Botham Jean would have been if he were still alive. She will be eligible for parole in 5 years after serving half of her sentence.
지금 보이는 라디오에서 우리가 기사 뒤에 사진을 하나 조금 전에 띄워드렸었는데요. There was a picture behind the article just before this one right now. And so let's basically explain who these people are. The guy...
That's her. That's
the brother.
Yeah, Botham Jean's brother.
Of the man who was shot
And
dead.
that's the girl, that's Amber Geiger, who shot him.
아, 네, 그렇습니다. 지금 금발의 이 여성이 바로 총을 쏜 여성 경찰관이고요. 그 다음에 이 흑인 남성이 그 죽은 형의 생존하는 동생입니다. 그런데 용서한다 라고 하면서 한번 안아도 될까요? 하면서 이렇게 포옹을 하는 모습에 많은 사람들이 감동을 했어요. 근데 사실 법정 밖에서는 이 여성이 한 99년형까지도 받을 수 있다라는 얘기가 나오고 있어서 그렇게 기대를 하고 있었는데 10년형을 받았거든요. 그래서 야유를 아주 그냥 쏟아내면서 이게 뭐냐 10 years? I mean, are you kidding me? 사람들이 이랬는데 정작 이제 법정 안에서는 이렇게 따뜻한 모습이 연출됐습니다.
And looking at that photo, that's why this courtroom scene was described as stunning. Stunning means shocking in this context.
Yeah.
And the reason we say stunning or shocking is because you never see a victim's brother hugging the person who shot your
Right,
brother.
I know.
And then following this, I think the judge hugged Amber Geiger as well because she was crying so hard because according to her, it was a huge mistake what,
What
she did.
happened? 어떻게 된 거예요?
She thought she was going into her apartment.
Okay.
She lived on a different floor.
Yeah.
They say that she was playing with her phone. She was texting her boyfriend, I believe, and not paying attention to the floor that she was getting off on. She got off on the wrong floor. She thought it was her apartment. The door was slightly open. When she went in, of course,
There was someone
Botham
there.
Jean was there
Yeah.
eating ice cream, I believe, and she ended up shooting him, thinking someone was breaking into her
yeah,
apartment and,
it's a burglar.
and robbing her.
아, 그래요. 아파트 위아래층에 살고 있는 이 여성 경찰관과 그다음에 지금은 이제 고인이 된 원래는 회계사였다고 합니다. Botham Jean이 그러니까 어떻게 된 거냐면 여성 경찰관이요. 핸드폰을 막 보고 그러면서 자기 집이 아닌데 층을 잘못 내려서 윗집에 실수를 간 거예요. 자기 집인 줄 알았는데 문이 살짝 열려 있어서 신경을 안 쓰다 보니까 아니 왜 내 집 문이 열려 있지? 도둑 들었나 보다 했는데 안에 정말 누군가가 있는 걸 보고 총으로 쏜 거죠. 그랬는데 알고 보니까 자기 집이 아니었어요.
It's a crazy story.
정말 너무너무 안타깝습니다.
So they could have sentenced her to life in prison or as little as 2. They ended up on a 10-year sentence. And sentence, in this case, means how long you are going to go to jail for.
네, 형, 몇 년 형 할 때 그 형이 sentence라는 단어로 표현이 됩니다. She's been given 10 years, but as you said, she's also eligible for parole.
Yeah, parole is when you get out of jail, and eligible for means available, so meaning it can happen after 5 years. She can get out of jail after 5 years. After 5 years, she is eligible for parole.
네, 5년 후엔 가석방이 가능하다고 하네요. Let's listen to this story one more time.
A white Dallas police officer who said she mistook a neighbor's apartment for her own and fatally shot Botham Jean in his living room was sentenced Wednesday to a decade in prison in a stunning courtroom scene. Jurors could have sentenced Amber Geiger to up to life in prison or as little as 2 years for the September 28 shooting, but prosecutors asked them to send her to prison for 28 years, which is how old Botham Jean would have been if he were still alive. She will be eligible for parole in 5 years after serving half of her sentence.
자, 두 번째 뉴스 포커스입니다. 인도 정부가 올 여름 양파 생산지에 폭우가 내려 가격이 급등하자 지난달 29일 양파 수출을 전면 금지했습니다. 그러자 방글라데시와 파키스탄 등 주변국도 양파 가격이 덩달아 치솟으면서 아우성치고 있습니다. Let's listen to the story.
India, the world's biggest seller of onions, has banned exports after extended monsoon downpours delayed harvests and shriveled supplies. Last Sunday, New Delhi banned all exports from the country after local prices surged to 4,500 rupees per 100 kilograms, their highest in nearly 6 years. India exported 2.2 million tons of fresh onions in the 2018-2019 fiscal year, more than half of all imports by Asian countries.
They say that in India, onions are almost a staple in your everyday, food and cuisine, just as kimchi, is in Korea.
It's in a lot.
It's in a lot
of
every-
curries, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it's also a side dish as well. So onions, very, very important. So important, in fact, that when onion prices go up too much, that can affect politics. People who have been in positions of power in the past, when onion prices rose, had to step down because of that.
Amazing. And I
Yeah.
also didn't realize that India was the world's largest seller of onions. I had no idea.
맞아요. 인도에서는 양파가 이렇게 너무나도 중요한 음식 재료이기 때문에 양파 가격이 어떻게 움직이냐에 따라서 정권의 지지도와도 연결이 된다고 합니다. 그런데 지금은 양파가 그동안에 있었던 여러 가지 기후 문제 때문에 가격이 많이 올랐대요. 그래서 이게 문제가 되는 게 what they do when prices go up is the sellers, they hoard
Yeah.
onions and then they sell them at a really high price.
They're going to be cracking down on that in India, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
그래서 그런 가격 조정을 좀 막기 위해서 양파 수출을 막았더니 이제 그 주변국들 양파를 수입해야 되는 나라에서 지금 어떡하지? 그러면서 양파 가격이 거기서도 많이 올랐다고 합니다.
It's strange to think about, but it's supply and demand, just
Absolutely.
like anything else.
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
reason they have banned exports here is because of the extended monsoon downpours. So extended means going longer or further than you originally planned. They probably thought these monsoon downpours would stop, but they kept going, they were extended.
그렇죠. 연장되다라는 뜻의 extend가 여기서는 monsoon 앞에서 쓰였습니다. 장마 기간이 생각보다 너무 많이 길었어요. And let's look at maybe another expression here. Prices surged.
Yeah, surged is a word we see a lot when we talk about prices. It means to go up very quickly, a sharp increase.
그렇죠. 급등했다를 여기선 surged라는 표현으로 썼습니다. The opposite would maybe be plummeted. 네. Let's listen to this story one more time.
India, the world's biggest seller of onions, has banned exports after extended monsoon downpours delayed harvests and shriveled supplies. Last Sunday, New Delhi banned all exports from the country after local prices surged to 4,500 rupees per 100 kilograms, their highest in nearly 6 years. India exported 2.2 million tons of fresh onions in the 2018-2019 fiscal year, more than half of all imports by Asian countries.
All right, now let's remind our listeners of the quiz.
Quiz question. 100 years is also known as a number 1, century, number 2, Hungary, number 3, mystery.
네, 짧은 문자 50원, 긴 문자 100원에 샵 1045로 보내주시고요. 무료 반디 게시판이나 카카오톡 플러스 이용도 가능합니다. 총 5분께 추첨을 통해서 저자극 순한 비누 보내드리겠습니다. We're now going to listen to a song by Belle Biv DeVoe, and this is Poison.
It's one of my favorites.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Spider-Man and Freeze in full effect.
You ready, Ron?
I'm ready.
You ready, Div?
I'm ready, Slick, are you?
Oh yeah, take it down.
Girl, I must warn you. I sense something strange in my mind. Yo, situation is serious. Let's cure it cause we're running out of time.
Tell 'em, Rick.
It's all so beautiful. Relationships they seem from the start. It's all so when love is not together from the heart. Check it out.
It's driving me out of my mind.
take precaution before I step to meet my girl. You know, 'cause in some portion, you'll think she's the best thing in the world. She's so high, she'll drive you right out of your mind, steal your heart when you're blind. Beware, she's scheming, she'll make you think you're dreaming. You'll fall in love and you'll be screaming, demon. Poison, deadly, moving it slow. Looking for a mellow fellow like DeVoe, getting paid, laid, so better lay low. Scheming on hot money in the whole show. The low pro hoe should be cut like an afro. So what you saying, huh? She's winning to you, but I know she's a loser. How did you know? Me and the crew used to do her. Poison as can be with a high power jet. Michael Biggins here, and I'm running the show. Bell, Biv DeVoe. Now you know. Yo, slick, blow. It's driving me out of my mind. That's why it's hard for me to find. Can't get it out of my head. Miss her, kiss her, love her. That girl is poison. Never trust a big button to smile. She's dangerous. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, fellas, that was another dope one. You know what I'm saying, right? Yeah, baby, they in full effect.
Yo, what's up to Ralph T and Johnny G?
Yeah,
And I can't forget about my boy B Brown.
And the whole Andy crew.
자, 다음 뉴스 포커스 보겠습니다. 6.25 장진호 전투 당시 실종됐다가 북미 대화 속에 고향의 부모님 묘소 곁으로 돌아오게 된 미군 전사자 2명의 사연이 미국 CNN 방송을 통해 소개됐습니다. Let's listen to the story.
The U.S. military has identified the remains of 2 U.S. fallen soldiers, Army Corporal Jerry M. Garrison and Sergeant Gerald B. Raymaker, almost 70 years after they were reported missing during the Korean War. North Korea returned 55 cases containing the remains of U.S. service members in July of 2018, and the Defense POW MIA Accounting Agency, or DPAA, has now identified the remains of 35 to 40 service members. The DPAA says that 7,609 Americans remain unaccounted for from the Korean War.
네, 북한이 작년 미국에 전달한 55개의 박스가 있었죠. 그 안에 들어있었던 미군 유해에서 신원이 확인된 2명의 사연이 CNN 방송을 통해서 소개가 됐습니다. The U.S. military has identified the remains of 2 of the U.S. fallen soldiers.
Right, so a fallen soldier is very simple in its meaning. It's very sad in its meaning too. It means a soldier that died.
그렇죠. 전사자를 여기서는 fallen soldiers라고 표현을 했습니다. So they have returned finally to their motherland and to their parents in a way in almost 70 years.
Yeah, and the family can finally get some closure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Closure is not in the article, but that's a good expression.
It is, and it means, you know, if you have some sort of thing that causes you emotional distress, but you don't have an opportunity to deal with those emotions, then you don't have closure. So let's say, for example, your girlfriend just texts you, I'm breaking up with you, and then ghosts you. Right? Well, there's no closure there. Think about a door closing. You can finally say, okay, I can move on from this. That's why we say closure. So these families now that they know what happened to these fallen soldiers, perhaps they can get some closure.
그렇죠. 어떤 사건이 심적으로 마무리됐을 때 closure라는 표현을 씁니다. 그러니까 이게 어떤 증거나 정황들과 그런 것과는 좀 별개긴 한데요. closure라는 것은 내 마음속에 그래도 이런 일이 있었구나, 이렇게 끝났구나라는 것을 깨닫고 좀 극복할 수 있는 그런 여유라고 할까요? 그런 것이 생길 때 closure가 있다라는 표현을 쓰는데 그동안에 이제 70년 가까이 어떻게 실종이 돼서 어디로 갔는지 몰랐던 이 두 전사자가 드디어 이제 다시 미국 땅에서 묻히게 되면서 closure가 이제는 how do you use this in a sentence? Now they have closure?
Yeah, now they can
있다?
get some closure.
Get closure. Okay.
You can say in relationships, and we do use this a lot in relationships when they end.
Yeah.
I didn't get my closure. I need some closure. Things like that.
그래요. 그래서 남녀 관계에 있어서는 이제 갑자기 그냥 헤어져 버리면 이건 클로저가 없다고 말할 수가 있겠죠. 근데 정확히 왜 그랬는지 이런 걸 좀 알면은 그래. 그러면서 훌훌 털고 지나갈 수 있다라는 뜻이 되겠고요.
And the DPAA says that 7,609 Americans remain unaccounted for.
Right.
If something is unaccounted for, it means you don't know where it is and you don't know what happened to it. If you are an accountant, you have to be very careful with money and you do the balance sheets at the end of the month. But if there's 500,000 won missing, what happened to this? That 500,000 won is unaccounted for. So it can be people, it can be money, it can be anything where you don't know where it is and you don't know what happened to it.
네, 아직까지 7,600여 명의 미군 전사자들에 대한 행방이 아직은 불명하다, 행방불명이다, 아니면 어떻게 됐는지 모른다라는 뜻이 될 수 있겠고요. Going back to Mitag, 4 people are missing. You could say they are unaccounted for in a
That's
way.
right. Yeah, you could definitely say
그렇죠.
that.
실종됐을 때도 쓸 수 있는 표현입니다. All right, and those were our news-focused stories. Let's give out the answer to the quiz.
100 years is known as a number 1 century.
네, 1번. 한경자님, 허현태님, 김효태님, 그리고 끝번호 1336, 그리고 2445 쓰시는 분들 모두 축하드립니다. 저자극 순한 비누 보내드릴게요. Steve, what is today's expression?
I chose this word because it's fun to say. The
What is
word
it?
is shrivel.
Shrivel.
Shrivel. It's hard to say, right?
Yeah.
SHRIVEL. So, what it means is to get smaller. So, when you put your fingers when you're washing the dishes, right? And you leave your hands in water or you
Right.
take a bath.
Yeah.
What happens to your fingers after a long time in water?
쭈글쭈글해져요.
They get shriveled. Your skin shrivels, right? That's in a literal sense. Your skin gets tightened up, right? But in a figurative sense, we can say to get smaller, so your bank account can shrivel. When it's time to pay the bills, your bank account shrivels.
Yes.
Yeah, when anything gets smaller, you can say it's shrivel. You can shrivel up when you're getting cold.
Absolutely.
Because your body physically gets smaller.
그래요. 그래서 오늘 뉴스포커스 2 그 인도 양파 얘기를 하면서 지금 인도에서는 양파 생산이 monsoon 장마로 인해서 shrivel했다라고 했는데 원래는 이제 쭈글쭈글해지다, 줄어들다 이런 뜻입니다.
I'll give you one last final example. Go to the mart today
Okay.
and buy 1 orange.
Yeah.
And leave that orange on your kitchen counter for 2 weeks. That is the definition of shrivel.
네, 한번 해보세요. 2주 동안 어떤 과일도 그냥 손 안 대고 놔두면 it will not only shrivel but likely rot.
Listen, I'm just trying to teach you the meaning. I can't deal with the aftermath.
Thank you so much, Steve, for that.
Oh, you are very welcome. Everybody have a really great day today, and we'll see you for the Saturday show.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye.
Taking Steve out of the studio now is Cyndi Lauper. Girls just want to have fun. I'll see you in part 2.